Welcome to Thirukkural English Couplet TV. We have come to chapter number 88, Analyzing Enemies. Now we are coming to the chapter called Analyzing Enemies. We are in the 12th aspect called Temperance. It starts from the 86th chapter to 95th chapter. What is this? These are called aspects. I have put all 1330 Qurans and in 133 chapters into 60 heads or headings, which are called aspects. I have translated using semantical and idiomatical approach. Certain times semantical, most of the time semantical approach, sometimes idiomatic, sometimes mixed approach. And I have used 4 plus 3 words complying with Kural Dunba and 2 lines having the same syllabic meter complying with couplet definition. That way I have translated. If you want more details about it, and it is better for you to go to the more details, know about it, and come to this video, it's better for you to understand. Here in this chapter, 3rd, 6th, 7th Qurans, he is giving some type of advice. In the 6th Quran, he is speaking about, he is giving us a psychological advice. 7th Quran also he is giving psychological advice. In the 3rd Quran, he is speaking about some scientific truth and scientific advice. Let's see. First one. Avoid ill-mannered enmity with even for fun making. You don't have any enmity even for fun making. Don't make fun of others showing enmity. That should not be there with you. Leave that. Second Quran. Avoid hostility towards orators when fight needed. When if you want to fight with orators, advocates, or people who speak out, those people who are speakers, those are considered speakers, don't fight with those people. Even you can fight with other people, don't fight with these orators or speakers, or those people can be considered advocates too. Avoid hostility towards orators when fight needed. When you want to fight, don't show hostility. Avoid hostility with orators because they are orators. If you are fighting with the soldiers, they will. If you want to kill, you can kill. If you have some hostility against the orators, what will happen? They will assassinate you. They will not assassinate you. They will assassinate your character totally. If you fight with soldiers, you can kill soldier or soldiers may kill you. If you show hostility against him, soldier will kill you. Okay, finished. But if you show hostility against orators, they will assassinate your character. So don't show hostility towards orators. Third one. Let not brain function alone, sans hormones. This is a scientific advice. See, he is telling, don't allow the brain alone function all the time. Let the hormonal system also function. Why I have translated this way? You see, this is scientifically translated. Third one, idiomatic expression I have brought in here. Yamuttavarin yelai tamiyanai pallar pahigolbavan. You don't let the brain be alone like a poor son in your body. How he could know about this son? The brain all such. See, he's a poet. He's a poet, prophetic poet. See, prophetic poet would know about that. That's the inspiration. We didn't. Our predecessors didn't know about the rice. They didn't know scientifically about the rice, but they said that this can be cooked this way and this can be eaten this way. This was later tested by the scientists, examined and experimented by the scientists. They said, yes, this can be cooked and eaten. They said later. Before that they could know that. How? Intuitively they could know. He is more than an ordinary person. He was a poet, a prophetic poet. Now with the science, In the Bible also you could see one person called Jacob, the son of Isaac. He could tell about the pineal gland, one of the 7 glands which we have in our body. 2 glands we have in our brain. One is pituitary, another is pineal. The scientists could speak about pituitary and all other glands except the pineal gland, but they have they keep the name as it is given in the Bible, but still they say that we are not able to tell who has found out the name. I have been writing a thesis about it, and I have sent it to the concerned people in the world to recognize that. It's the 5,000 years, even 8,000 years back, he has found out and written the same name. The same name is being followed now. How he could do that? Just before 8,000 years back, there was no science at all, not even the name known. How? Even the same name is being used now for the same activities. Right? Thiruvallur could do that. And he was also, truth is truth everywhere. And truth can be true only when it is written like this. It's inspired by the nature. Nature is giving that much inspiration to us. It inspires us to find out things which are not yet found out, which can be experimented later by the scientists. But before that, those people who could do that will do, has done. But the same way you know about the Nostradamus, he has spoken a lot about the world's future or such. How he could know? He was inspired. Here, he is inspired of all those things that we have in our body itself, the hormonal system, endocrine systems. See, what happens is in the brain is always active. In the night, 1 to 3, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, 2 hours, the brain stops its function, let the endocrine function stop. It lets the endocrine system function start. That time, the brain lets hormonal system start its function. Okay. This happens. This is scientifically proven. So that time the brain stops its function. Nervous system stops and the endocrine system starts. So when we become one with God, and when we are in prayer, or when we are in the transcendental meditation, or when you are in a REM sleep at this time, during this time, 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock in the night, you have the melatonin secreted in you. And you have melatonin secreted through pineal gland, right? So this will happen, and not only melatonin, it will make your other hormonal system function. It secretes a lot of hormones. Number of hormones are secreted. What happens automatically? Automatically, what happens is you will be blissful, happy, and you will be functioning a good, healthy life. You will be having a good life out of the good function of the hormones. So the hormones should be allowed to function. If you are not in meditation, if you are not transcendental meditation, not even the ordinary meditation, if you are in REM sleep, it's okay. Otherwise, if you are awake and doing whatnot in the internet or doing some other work, you will not have that melatonin secreted in you. You will not have other hormonal systems functioning in you. You will not have all the things functioning in you. Then what will happen? The brain will always be active, and the brain will not stop its function. Brain will become weary, and your endocrine system will also become weary because it's not functioning. The brain will become weary because it's always functioning. The endocrine system is also weary or tiresome because it also becomes tiresome. Why? It's not functioning. It has to function that time fully. Other times it's functioning the required way. That time it functions 2 hours. It functions scientifically. It is said it functions fully during the stoppage of the nervous system. Okay, that is what it says. So let not brain function alone. Sans hormones. Don't let the brain alone do its work. Let the hormone system also do its work. That means don't be awake and while the time during 1 o'clock to 3 o'clock, unless until you are in transcendental meditation, or you are in tune with, or you are in tune with God, or you are in prayer, that transcendental way of prayer with God, or at least you put yourself on the bed, sleep. That time you will have a REM sleep. You will be in a calm sleep. That's why the thieves are coming in that time. Thieves even know about it. That's why they come during that time. Without being aware of this fact, they are intuitively know. It is not intuitively known. It is. That is why we prove that devilish system is also working in the world. That's why they know about it. They come correctly. Okay, we don't go into that in that much depth. Come to the next one, fourth one. Making false friends. Making false friends makes the world pleasant. If you make friends from the force that you have, what will happen? The world will be pleasant. Next one. Two foes confronting you makes one friend. If two people are confronting, if the two people are fighting against you, you do one thing just to make one friend of you, and the other will flee. Next one, sixth one. Evaluated or not, during distress avoid foes. Evaluated or not, during distress avoid foes. Is psychological advice. He is giving psychological advice. If you have evaluated about it or not, don't worry about that. During your distress, don't encourage foes, enemies. Next psychological advice, be more not foes, conceal weakness from enemies. Don't conceal, don't disclose your weakness to the enemies. Don't lament in front of the enemies. Stop all those things in front of the enemies, because they will become powerful and they think that you have this weakness and they will win over you. Don't do that. Psychological advice. Eighth one. Learn ways, gain safeguards. Force pride vanishes. The enemy's pride will vanish when? If you learn ways and gain safeguards. If you start safeguarding yourself, the pride of the enemy will go off. Ninth one. Nip the poisonous buds, otherwise they harm. You just nip the poisonous bud, otherwise they harm you. They will harm you. In Tamil they say, கெட்டது முளையிலே கிள்ளி எறியணும். Nip the poisonous buds, otherwise they harm you. Nip the poisonous buds, otherwise they harm. 10th one, hesitating force destruction cannot survive the battle. Once you enter into the battle, don't think about the survival of the enemies. Don't hesitate about it, because there should not be any hesitation, because you have gone to the battle, say, which is considered wrong, who considers it a mistake. A late person kills another person. It's called murder. This is murder. A soldier kills another soldier, enemy soldier. That is not murder. He is admired. The first one is condemned. Second one is admired. Why? This is considered by the law. The law of nature, a law designed by God, decides certain things. So you cannot decide things as you think. Once you enter into the battlefield, you have to destroy the enemy. That's all. When you enter into the court's hall, you should not speak one thing before the advocate, and going to the court you should not speak another thing. You should tell the same thing to the courts, what you said before the advocate. That is what is required in law. Because you are in the battlefield, right? Hesitating force destruction cannot survive the battle. So you have to think about it. We have to be constrained to know about the nature's law, the cosmic law, which requires these things. This is called the law designed by God Himself. So we have to analyze about enemies, and we have to act in accordance with the analyzed ways that we have collected. Okay, these are the things that World speaks in the 88th chapter. Thank you.